Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. Once again, it is the three middle-aged guys just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Yep. And we're going to continue on. Like I said, this last week has been really, really busy when in concerns of video game news and everything else. Actually, this particular set of news we're going to go over is maybe a little bit older than this last week. We had found out, actually was announced earlier this week, that this particular device right here ended up getting fully cracked and hacked open. All right. HENkaku, which is a custom firmware, was released out, and it's a soft mod for the PlayStation Vita that also works on the PlayStation TV. Has been released that allows people to go ahead and play ROMs and homebrews and other magical things on their PlayStation Vita.
Magical things.
Yeah, it's just really magical things that is really set not only to allow people to do, I don't know, the type of things with guys with peg legs and parrots, but also some really cool stuff like run emulators and everything else. Let's just be honest, okay? Without knowing how to go ahead and crack open this, all right, the original PSP, I would not own one, okay?
Same here.
The truth of the matter is that, you know, the PSP as it is, it's really, you know, it's a really capable piece of hardware. But when you have to start dealing with UMDs all the time and everything else, it's not very fun. Crack it open, load up some emulators on this thing, and a huge freaking memory card, and this thing is fucking magical.
It's gold.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Wait. I think all of us have at least two of them.
Yeah. No. I mean,
I have to.
Yep.
I have to.
It's a magical thing, and you know, Sony being what Sony is as far as their security and firmware and everything goes, everybody knew that it was going to be at least some time before they got to the Vita.
Matter of time. Yeah,
it was going to be a matter of time. And last week, it was announced out. People had figured out how to do it, and they made it really, really easy to get a hold of. For those who are interested. Myself, when I post this video up, I will leave links in the description showing you where you can find out about this, okay, and where you'll be able to get a hold of it. I'm not going to directly link you to that, but believe me, the research is worthwhile. Gentlemen, before I ramble on even more, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm most likely going to sign myself up for a Vita because of this. It's just as simple as that. Okay, the one thing they have to work on now is that damn memory card.
Oh, yeah.
Please somebody, please manufacture that shit if you can. But that's one of the only fatal flaws about the damn Vita. It's that damn memory card.
Yeah. Having to sit there and pay. What is it? $69.99 is the fucking manufacturer's suggested retail price for a 32 gig fucking memory card. Just ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
One thing that you need to mention as well is that it's Sony exclusive memory card. You can't just use an SD card. It's got to say Sony PlayStation on it.
No.
Or Sony, I'm sorry, on it.
Yeah.
When the patent protection ends on that, and, you know, people are able to make adapters for that and everything else, because you can buy a 128 gig fucking micro SD card. You know, when that, dude, I will be all over it. But,
so will I.
Team, you go ahead, continue on. You had more thoughts?
No, that's pretty much it. Because it's just, look, the PSP, I'm like, I want one, however.
Yeah.
And those were the main problems with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't even just the price of the damn portable. I was like, I can deal with that. But that memory card, I was like, I can't deal with that shit. That was one. Number two, okay, I understand that they want to make it a portable PS3 or a portable PS4 maybe. But it was a lot of the duplicate games that You know, yes, certain games have certain features or whatever than the console.
Yeah.
Just like the PSP tried to do. But for me, it just wasn't worth it at the time. And I was like, I'll wait.
Yep.
I'll wait. Because it's not like people are just everywhere with PS Vitas and online and doing things with them. And I don't think it's popular to that extent.
Nope.
But it is valuable. And with this, cracking it open, and it's on, if they can work on that card shit, yeah, I'll go ahead and get one.
What about you, Gray Mouse?
Well, with me, I think obviously because the PSV, I think is far superior than the PlayStation portables in design and just what is how it feels. You know, I mean the buttons and the analog. So everybody was waiting for the simulations to happen on here. So that's great news. Absolutely great news. But the PSP, I actually bought the game because, or the system because they had good games on it. You know, the older versions, they're very, very good games, especially if you're into RPGs, JRPGs. There was a ton of those on the PlayStation Portable. And then, again, I guess because I was unique, I was in Japan. And there are a lot of JRPGs that are not coming to the West Coast for the Vita. And one thing about the Vita too is it's region free, so you could play those games on there. But a lot of people in the Western game now, if you're a hardcore gamer, you already know how to get a hold of those games anyway. But for the Joe Smo type player, you know, the casual players or whatnot, you don't know how many games that are on this. All you see is the little small selection here in the States. But there's a lot more games on the library. And now that it's able to get cracked, that in itself, that is just fucking outstanding news to me. I'm very glad about it. And I just look forward to being able to get a hold of the, be able to do things with the Vita.
Yep. I mean, my excitement for HENkaku, which is the custom firmware package that's out there for cracking open the Vita, really isn't for my Vita per se. Okay, this I'm probably going to go ahead and actually leave alone. But I do have a PlayStation TV, all right, that plays Vita games. And the annoying thing about the PlayStation TV is that not all Vita games are compatible with the PlayStation TV. And it's not because of a hardware thing. It's because of this stupid fucking whitelist, blacklist market structure that Sony went ahead and put together. That's completely fucking arbitrary. You know why? Because just like the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation TV is region free. Guess what? There are some games in Asia that are whitelisted that aren't whitelisted in fucking Europe, and they're not whitelisted in fucking North America. Same thing with Europe, same thing in North America. Why? I don't fucking know. Okay, it's just retarded. All right, and it's not like any of the games are. You know, I can understand some of the games aren't going to be available for the TV because maybe it uses the touchpads, maybe it uses accelerometers for fucking tilt controls and shit like that. And that's not quite there or implemented yet as far as, compatibility with controllers and shit like that. But, not being able to access games otherwise, it's just fucking retarded. And it blows my fucking mind, especially if you're going to make the system region free. It's like, why? Really?
I don't. Maybe that's the reason why they did region free, is because they could whitelist and blacklist certain games in certain regions.
But it's silly. It's
still retarded.
It is.
Yeah. And like I said, like some games, there are some games that if you have a Japanese PlayStation TV, that it will fucking play. It's completely compatible. But you take that same game to North American PlayStation TV, and it doesn't fucking work. It says, this game is not compatible with this system.
Yep.
It fucking blows my mind, okay? You know why? One of the things that why I'm excited about that is that, look, I can find a PlayStation TV for $30 brand new online. Okay. And that's HDMI out. I could vid cap off of that motherfucker instead of you know what a fucking vid cap kit for this costs? $270 fucking installed.
What?
Yes. I've looked into it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm
Vid
doing
cap off of the Vita.
yeah, because they have to tear it apart and they have to put a custom fucking video capture card with brand new fucking ports and everything and fit it in there so they don't fuck anything up. All right. It's a small shop in fucking Japan that does it. Okay.
Fuck. A whole bunch of that.
Is $270, but I can understand why, because it's a shitload of work, microscopic fucking work too.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes the price of the actual fucking, vid card itself.
How long did it take them to master that shit?
Not long. We're talking about Japanese.
Well, actually, they're the only guys who do it regularly for fucking portable systems.
But that's what I mean. They're the only ones that do it. That means that no one else can master that. That's like cutting up fucking blowfish. You know?
Man, you haven't heard about the Asian skill, man? Asian?
Come on now. We've lived in Japan.
I mean,
we still do, technically. But, yeah, come on.
They're so skillful. They even skill level Asian. It's like...
Look. I'm not eating fugu here, all right? Okay.
Well, I definitely wouldn't eat fugu in the United States.
Look, I'm just saying. But when it comes to the PlayStation TV, all right, I would like to be able to bypass that. And the cool thing is that it's a fucking soft mod.
Yep.
Okay. You're not going to break your system. You're not going to, you just got to be careful about not updating firmware. Okay. I mean, I think it's cool. The folks over there at Sony, they are probably pissing their pants and they're updating firmware as they fucking speak. I understand that, and it's going to be a game of tag after that. But you know what?
You know what? I think it was open door for them for this to inevitably happen when Sony itself came out and said that this is a legacy system.
Yeah. Look, you know what? It didn't take long for this, but when it happened for this, like I said, this thing is fucking magical. All right. Okay. This is not just PSP. This is PSP plus 3, motherfuckers. Okay. That's what I got to say. All right. Guess what? I want a +1. I want a +2. I want a +3. My fucking Vita and my fucking PS TV. That's just how it goes. Right. Any other thoughts on cracking open the Vita?
Okay. That's a bit positive, man.
Yep.
Good
really.
Stuff.